All right, y'all. Today is that day, drawing day. I'm about to get on into this, you know what I'm saying? I hope y'all ready. Yeah. What's up, y'all? It's your boy Spider to the web. And I'm back with another one, you know what I'm saying? We about to get into this comic book joint right here. As y'all can see, we did some of the page, but we ain't completed, you know what I'm saying? So we supposed to complete it today. We gonna see what happens. Because my mind be all over the place, you know what I'm saying? So let's go ahead and get into it. Let's see what we gonna do first. First thing I'm gonna do is we write something real quick because I gotta put a little dialogue on this panel right here. So we're gonna write a little something right here. Go ahead, write this down, and then we doing our thing, you know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be real good. Hope y'all ready for what he about to say. Which what's called to get that walk. You know what I mean? So sometimes getting out of pocket with people ain't good. Might want to know your boundaries. You know what I'm saying? If you don't, you're gonna end up like him, get walked. You know what I'm saying? Especially for people that you don't know what they going through. You don't know what's happening. You gotta be careful these days. So he wasn't careful. He got that walk because he got out of pocket. He basically said, "Don't talk to my girl, bro." Dude knocked him. You know what I'm saying? Cause he had the type to play with. He didn't want to talk to you. He minding his own business, walking through the mall, just chilling. Got out of pocket with him. Got that walk. Because he didn't even talk to your girl, first off. She talked to him first. So you going to get smacked. That means your girl don't want your ass because she talked to him first in front of your face. So that's letting you know something like that. You know what I'm saying? Now, right here, I had to write foolish man. And he got walked. You know what I'm saying? So be careful when you getting out of pocket with people out there. You know what I'm saying? It's for anybody. All y'all YouTubers out here that be getting out of pocket, you might get that walk. You know what I'm saying? People gonna care if it's a prank. Once they grab you, it's over with. You can say it's a prank all day. You finna get that walk. You know what I'm saying? On camera, in front of the whole world. And I don't think you want that. You know what I'm saying? And that's what he got. He got knocked the F out. You know what I'm saying? So getting out of pocket, now to get out there. Now right here, I was about to start drawing, and I thought about uh, something. This is for y'all to help y'all. It's on the back of this comic book. I bought these off Amazon, but it's something to help y'all and guide y'all with y'all work. Now, the reason why I'm on these pages over here is because I'm about to test my pen out to make sure it doesn't go through the paper. So this is what this part is about right here. And I'm gonna start with the cover. Now, the cover is a little thicker than the pages. So of course the ink when it went through. But if I'd have used like a marker or something like that, or a marker pen, it would go through this type of paper. So that's why you have to be careful when using ink on any paper. You know what I'm saying? But this paper is pretty good paper because right here I'm just drawing. I'm tracing her with the pen, which is another technique that y'all can use by tracing your outline. Now it's up to you to either draw your outline thin and then go over it with a pen, or do your whole outline straight out and go that route. You know what I'm saying? It's however you want to do it, however y'all want to get out, and that's y'all business. That's how y'all want to get out, then do your thing. But for me, I like to draw the whole outline kind of thick, and then go over it with a pen, and then erase that outline, and then check it out. You know what I'm saying? Well, right here, I'm showing you how to really use this pen, and it's real easy. Basically, barely touch the paper with this pen. Barely touching it. You're touching it, but you're not inking it to where you're trying to draw super hard and got lines and stuff all over the place that you can't get rid of. That's one thing I had to learn when I was younger. Drawing and lines be all over the place because I was drawing too hard. And that's how you break a lot of lead pencils. But the mechanical pencils are the best, and it depends on which one you use. I got two different styles. I got a cheap style, and I got one that costs money. So I would prefer using the one that costs money. The cheap style pen, cheap style pencil, mechanical pencils ain't good. You want to use a good base pencil. So right here I'm inking the mess out of this character. You know what I'm saying? Like even if you drew little lines with your pencil, you put the ink on that too, because it's like you're showing that flaw. You know what I'm saying? I'll put the ink on everything. Even if I make a mistake with a line, if I like that line, I'm gonna ink it and make sure it's permanent, so it don't go nowhere. Now right here is a shadow technique. And to do this with a pen, you want to turn that pen a little sideways, kind of like the same way you use a pencil, but you're using the pen instead. You want to turn it sideways, and you get that shadow effect. Now, I was taught this by a homie of mine when I was in Truman College. He taught me how to do this. Because I used to ask him, like, how do you get that shadow effect? How can you just draw with a pen like that and use the shadow effect? He said it's just like a pencil. And he taught me, like he sat there and taught me, you know what I'm saying? And he was a white guy, and he knew how to do line work real good. He was real good at the line work. He was real good at inking, and I liked it. And when he showed me that technique, and I took that and ran with it, man. So I like the fact that one of my homies showed me how to do that. There was a lot of homies that I had that were not my complexion or my color that taught me some stuff that I never knew when it came to artwork. They taught me how to do lettering. They taught me how to do um, lettering was really important when you was doing graffiti, because graffiti, all I knew was bubble letters, but they taught me a whole different style, a whole different skill, and now I could use and take and run with it. You know what I'm saying? That's what I did. So, but with this pen, the pen technique, when you barely touching the paper and you just getting your art on, you know what I'm saying? You love to feel the flow of that pen, you know what I'm saying? So people out there to be stressing. If you can't draw, man, just try it. You know what I'm saying? I guarantee it'll relieve a lot of stress. There's other ways to relieve stress too, but we ain't gonna get into that. You know what I'm saying? Keep it PG right now. But you gotta do what you gotta do. Just get on here, ink up some stuff, and as you can see, that ink look good. You know what I'm saying? That actually looks like the pencil. You know what I'm saying? And I'm finna erase the pencil out, being careful of the lines that I did not touch with the ink pen. So, include my signature over there. So I have to be careful with everything. Make sure everything copacetic, everything good. And I never understood why people that do comics and sign comics don't use their real name. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like, I don't care. My real name going on all my comics. You know what I mean? It's just not spelled the whole way. So I guess it's for them to protect themselves, I guess. So I'm well protected with this, so I ain't even worried about it. But as you see, I had to go back over the line work because the lines were lumped in because I erased the pencil. So you just go back over it and you got a steady, smooth hand. You ain't shaking all over the place. You won't have no problems with this technique right here. And as you can see, I hold the pen at different angles. And I hold the pen so it could guide that hand. You know what I'm saying? And I've been holding pens and pencils like this ever since I was young. You know what I mean? Because they teach you how to hold pencil. And I used to hold it in a different way, but that way that I'm using is a much better way, a much better technique. To hold it that way, everybody hold their pens that way, you know what I'm saying? And it's just easy. Now I'm going back in here and do this shadow again. I'm making a knee for the shadow. And then I'm going back up and down motion, barely touching the paper. You get a shadow technique. Yeah, a lot of people do not know how to do this. Even the professional artists do not know how to do this technique because they would draw lines right there or put a whole lot of dots and some stuff right there, a big ink blob, make that shadow effect and it be super thick. And another thing when y'all doing covers, now this goes out to the professionals too. When you're doing covers, your cover need to make sense. And a lot of their covers don't make sense because there's too much going on. There's too much on the page. You don't understand what's going on. You don't understand where the ink begin and end. You don't know what's going on. So with mine is different. You see, that ink did not go through that paper. And I decided to try it again with the inside paper because the cover paper is different from the inside paper. And I chose the most detailed part, which was the top part of the character because it's more detailed, especially in the hair, because there's a lot of shading and stuff like that in the hair. So this technique right here is when you go into it, then you basically drawing hair. You know what I'm saying? Now people do their hair different. This ain't no Marvel style. This ain't no DC style. This my style. The Spida-Web technique right here. You can follow my technique, or you can go follow Marvel. You can go follow DC. That's up to you. But that's my technique. I basically want y'all to do your own technique, your own flow. So my technique is kind of like an anime slash, I want to say hip hop so bad, but I'm just gonna say hip hop style because I do a lot of characters in hip hop style and I draw a lot of hip hop stuff. So most of my characters gonna have clothes that we wear now. You know what I'm saying? So the big pants and stuff is back. Shout out to the big pants. I love that. So my characters will be wearing the big pants. You know what I'm saying? And I'm glad that it's back. You know what I'm saying? It took me to turn 50 for the big pants to come back. That's crazy. Tight pants is out, big pants is in. And I like that. But you can still wear your tight pants if you want. That's y'all business. But it ain't mine. So do what y'all do. But as y'all can see this technique right here, it's real easy. You know what I'm saying? Like I said before, you barely touching that paper with this pen. So you're doing a slight, like stroke of the pen. And you following the guidelines. Your guidelines is those pencil lines. That's all you doing. Or you can take it upon yourself and add your own lines while you doing uh, pen. And you can do your own lines. That's up to you. So this is my technique. Like I said, my style is just one of my characters. That's something finna happen to her. And then little girl, take over the book. You know what I mean? So she's the main character of this book, and that's just is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But he's not the main character. But right now, he's just like one of them sub characters, as you want to call it. He's not the main character. But this book is like one for the ages. You know what I mean? I had to create it because nobody's doing this on YouTube. They'll do a page and then they won't show you the techniques and the styles of how they did it. And most of their pages is on computer, which is cheating to me. You know what I'm saying? Because you're not really drawing. You'll draw like one character, copy and paste them to the next page. That's what they be doing. I ain't doing that. Like this full off art. You know what I'm saying? I'm drawing each and every page hand by hand, and it's already a comic with made pixels that I didn't make or made panels that I didn't make. I didn't create the panels. They already created for you. So you could choose this route, or you could buy the comic book paper, which I'm probably gonna get some more. Those are bigger sheets, and I mean you have to draw your character super big, draw your own panels on it, or you can buy some with the panels. I had some back in the day, but moving around so much, you lose things. So I lost all that good artwork. It was some beautiful artwork too, like when the Twin Towers got hit. I drew Captain America standing in the rubble, and I was gonna draw him and Wonder Woman standing side by side, because they both rocked the American flag. So I was gonna put that in that with them standing in the rubble. I still might do it because I can, you know what I'm saying? But I just need that same size paper that I had, because that was a pretty big paper, and I need that. And I'll draw that Captain America. It was real easy to do. It wasn't hard to draw that Captain America. And I'm gonna draw it, but I'm gonna switch it to the Sam Wilson Captain America, and not the Steve Rogers Captain America. And then I'm gonna switch the Wonder Woman to the Nubia Wonder Woman, not the Diana Prince Wonder Woman. So it is what it is, but that's how I'm gonna get it done. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause it's just beautiful to draw. I just love it. And I've been doing this since I was like 14 years old. So it's like, past 14, I've been doing this since I was a little kid. I used to trace comics at first, or trace scenes that I see in certain comics and change the character faces. Instead of using their face, I use a face that I create out of my head, and that's what I was doing. But right here, as you can see, that line work looked real good, and it did not go through the paper. And that's what I like about this pen, you know what I'm saying? Nothing went through that paper, no hard lines, still smooth on the other side, and that's what you want, you know what I'm saying? Now, mind you, the words that I write on here, or the dialogue that I put on here, you also gotta ink that as well. So you can't leave that in pencil. Everything got to get inked except the panels. Because the panels is already there. You don't need to ink the panel. You could to make them thicker and make it look like you put the panels there, but I wouldn't touch the panels because they're already there. You just drawing on them, and that's it. Simple as that. Now you see, I had to erase that pencil, and then everything, all the shadowing and stuff disappeared. So now you got to put everything back and make it look kind of smooth. How I want it to look, you know what I'm saying? It's more clearer when you do it this way than doing it any other way, you know what I'm saying? On this comic, It's like a baby comic, put it that way. I did comics before, but not like this, to where I'm doing it on the actual platform and showing y'all how to really do this work. It's just something that I'm doing basically for y'all. You know, I'm doing it for me, but I have to redo this entire comic book because I can't send this to publish it like this with that back. Because the back part is already copyrighted, and I only want that on my cover in the back. But there's a way I could fix that, but I'm not gonna do it because it is a way I could fix that to get rid of that. But this comic is going there for production, so everything I'm doing to this comic is to show y'all how to complete it. Then this comic going into production, and it's gonna be redone, redrawn on a whole different set of pages. You know what I'm saying? Because now I got to do the big pages. So the comic character is gonna look a little different. The cover gonna look a little different because I got to use the big comic book pages that got to go into publishing. That's just how it is. You know what I'm saying? And then, or I could just send it to. I'm finna get an iPad, so it'll be on the iPad, and I get it done that way. So either way it go, this is how you gotta do this work. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of work going into this, and there's easy work. And I just gotta do what I gotta do. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm doing right here, just tracing these lines, redoing the lines, making sure they're nice and smooth, and then I'm gonna add the shadow in there. We gotta get that fullness of the hair back. I gotta put the shadowing back in. That's just to get that fullness back in there. But it's gonna look a whole lot cleaner and a whole lot better doing it this way. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the detail on his face made him look uglier, but it is what it is. Because already he gonna change anyway. His faces changes on comics all the time. Only thing, the main character got to look good. The villain gonna look spectacular. Y'all can't wait till y'all see the villain. But the villain, his old boy, they got knocked out, but he gonna come back with a vengeance. And that's just some dude. Well, he whopped him, but you know what I'm saying, just for talking. He shouldn't have did that. I ain't gonna nigga lie. But that's just something that happens. When you talk stuff, you get hit. You know what I'm saying? You prank somebody, something happened to you. But it's things like a lot of people going through, you don't know what they going through, and then you get out of pocket with them. You gonna get what's coming to you because you should have been quiet in the first place. And that's what happened in this situation. That character is done. I'm moving on. And as y'all can see, I'm using a white pencil. Like this pencil, I don't like it because when I draw with it, like the line, you see that lead on it. It looks thin, but it's not thin. That's a problem. You know what I'm saying? You can tell by how light the pencil is when I'm drawing. Like this is too light. You see what I'm saying? That's how I know that this pencil is not thin enough. It's not a thin thing to write with. So, and I draw comics all the time, and my comics are small like this. I don't use big papers and stuff like that to draw my comics. You get a lot more detail when you do that, and that's probably why people do it. But I know how to detail small characters too, so I don't need big papers to do what I got to do. I don't need it. But I guess other comic book people need that. They can't draw like me. You give me a page like this, and there's a setup with the panels and stuff like that. I prefer not to have the panels, but just give me a book like this with no panels on it, just clear paper, clear white, and I'll take care of it. That's all you got to do. Then I'll send it for production, and all you got to do is basically copy and paste that whole book and put it into the production. And I'm going to color it and everything, my colors, my way, not their way. So I'm doing everything myself. And that's where a lot of work takes place. And this is probably why people don't want to do comics. They don't want to finish them. They got to send them to London or something. They draw it for them. You write the story, they draw to your story. Nah, we ain't doing that. I draw my own stuff and I do my own story straight out my head. I draw everything like a freestyle. It's like I'm freestyling music right now, rapping. But I'm rapping with this pencil on this paper and putting the ink to the paper and the pencil layer to the paper. And I'm creating magic. You know what I'm saying? Just like the rap artists say they make magic when they go in the studio. I'm making magic with this pen, this paper, and this pencil. That's how you make magic right here. As you can see, old boy, they got WAP that's on the floor, out of there. You know what I'm saying? Straight sleep. But that's what happens when you get out of the bike. You know, see that cover? I want y'all to see all that. Nothing went through, and that's why I like that pen. Nothing went through, I mean nothing. That's a good pen right now. Now that pencil, trash. But you use this pen right here. Beautiful pen. Get y'all one. Get y'all a few of those. I buy these in a pack of 3 all the time. They ain't cheap. I'm gonna tell you that right now. This pencil, garbage. It's big. Suck. You know what I'm saying? This pencil right here, that's this. Paper mate. That's the pencil you want to use. You got there's a number 2, longest leg, and the eraser is not as smudgeable, so it don't smudge. And that's what you want. The other pencil, the eraser did smudge, and I stopped using. That's why I don't use erasers on pencils, because they smudge all the time. But this pencil right here got that nice thin lead to it, so you can draw thicker lines, thinner lines, and more bold lines, you know what I'm saying? And way more bolder than the other pencil. As you can see how thick that line is getting, how dark it is with this pencil. It's beautiful. This is a beautiful pencil right here. So these are the pencils you want to use if you use a mechanical pencil. They also have art pencils. I have all that. I got a lot of stuff because I'm an artist and it's just what I do. So I buy art stuff all the time because I just like drawing. I'm working on another piece now that I'm putting in my son's room. Well, not here in this house, but when we move, that piece gonna get done. I'm putting it in my son's room. Like I said, my man got that WAP. He sleep. Use this pencil right here, the paper mate, and y'all good. Y'all good to go. You know what I'm saying? This video is about to be over. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm already almost 30 minutes in, and I just want to let y'all know that this page is gonna get completed probably today, and then tomorrow I'm gonna be on page 4. So page 4 is gonna be a fresh page. That's when I'm gonna show y'all how to do different stuff on different panels, because those panels is different. But this one right here was super easy. And the pencils I just showed y'all to use and the pen, it's up to you. You can use what you want. But I prefer y'all use, the pens that I told you, or the pencil, because it's easier work. You know what I'm saying? And y'all can see that cover. As you can see, you just see the cover of girl right there at the top. That's all I'm gonna show you. That's it. Because this girl right here is the main star of this comic book. You know what I'm saying? So when you see her, you know what time it is. There's gonna be two versions of this book. And I'm not telling nobody. I told a couple of people, but they don't draw, so I'm not worried about it. So there's two versions of this. But this is her right here. That's her. The same girl that said hi handsome to this man. And this man got knocked out. But that's the new villain. So y'all be looking out for it. It's coming real soon, probably in the middle of the comic. But that guy, Big Swole, yeah, know what I'm saying? And that's the end of the video. Until next time, peace.